Hey, I know. It's been a while, hasn't it? A little bit different of a setup. Hope you're doing well. I know it's kind of tough. A lot of shit going on. But I don't know if you can tell. Despite the bullshit, I'm doing just fine. Probably feeling healthier than I ever have in my life. It's not a bad feeling. No more alcohol. 6 years. I don't even think about it. In fact, I think, honestly, if you drink alcohol, you're stupid and you're misled and you're weak. And, you know, I have to look at my old self and say, that's what I was. I was stupid. I was weak, naive. How many different things can I say about bad things can I say about myself from the past? I can fill up. I think it would be thicker than the Bible if I told you about all the bad things that I told, that I did to myself more than anybody else. I really didn't hurt people as much as I just hurt myself. I want to talk about, this is a different approach again. So I want to talk about the economics of emotional energy. Now, I'm going to try to frame this a little bit so you can kind of understand my perspective. I don't think of myself as a human. I don't think of myself as an animal. I really don't think of myself as anything except a light particle. A light particle. More closer to, I would say, a proton. Okay? Because really, if you stop and think about it very, very carefully, what you'll come to understand that there's something that you will never understand. And it's not here. It's here, inside. Why do you think this is the thickest part of your body? Because it protects something that is incredibly important. Inside your brain, there's a little tiny, what I'll call a nuclear reactor. It is your energy. It is where we come from. That energy, that's where we come from. That is us. This is not us. This is an expression of us. And we can be as beautiful or as ugly as we want to be. But I might be, again, I didn't come into this with a script, okay? So it's not exactly something, it's kind of flowing out a little bit. But I'll go back to the title and this will help us see. Okay, so when we come into this world, we come in, first, we don't come in as sinners. If anything, we're all angels. We're all particles of light, okay? And this world is a testing ground. On this world, you can be in heaven or you can be in hell. And heaven and hell can be any place. But really, heaven and hell, where they are more than anything at all, it's right in here. It's right in here. It's that light. You see, When people tell you that you're a sinner, they're trying to control you. That is what's called gaslighting. Because they're trying to manipulate. They're trying to make you feel small so that they can lead you. It feeds their ego. So we have a physical, it's like our spacesuit. Okay? And this spacesuit has sort of evolved, over infinity, because life is always life. Okay? Life is always life. But there's a constant battle of light versus dark. That's what it is. Light, dark, dark, and you can associate whichever one of those that you want. Whichever one you want. Okay? But the material world is something that we explore. It's something that we create. We create the material world right now. The material world is our environment. We're doing a very bad job, don't you think? Horrible. But we come into we have to negotiate with material things. And as time is passing, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a shitload of material things that surround us, right? That's not healthy for this. All the stuff that's out there, it's all bullshit. It's all nonsense. I mean, it's okay to have fun. But too much fun? That's possible too. I can tell you that for a fact. I've had way too much fun sometime. And I've paid the price. And I'm incredibly fortunate. Some people might say it's not exactly fortune. And I might slightly agree. So we have a material world. But if you think about it, you're born into this world. And one of the first things they do to make sure that you're alive is they slap your butt. And you yell. Ah! That kind of tells them that you're at least semi-conscious, because you're expressing an emotion. And so that's another dimension of our existential reality. There's a material dimension, all the objects that we can touch, right? And listen to this. Language is an object. And we'll get to that. Maybe not now. And I have sort of talked about that a little bit where I say language is an illusion. Nobody should speak if they don't know how. If you don't know, for example, the entirety of the English language with all the grammatical rules and all the spellings and all the words and all the definitions, if you don't know everything about English, it's fair to say you don't know English. You're not speaking English. And if you can't define the word without words, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? We emanate sounds, and you see, words actually, I know you're going to laugh at me when I tell you this, but words actually belong to, it's not what they belong to, but the dark forces can slip into words very, very easily, because, and really, nobody should speak. Nobody should ever say the name or say the word God. Ever. Think about that for a moment. What if all of us right now just got up and went home and stayed home for 3 days and didn't say a word? What would the world be like if we just stopped and let everything be quiet? It's kind of what we have to do. We have to stop producing weapons. Period. Stop. 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 Because I'll tell you this. When I encounter people, I don't feel threatened. I'm not scared. I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you're rich or if you're poor, if you're homeless. I don't care. I'm not scared. And I don't carry weapons. And I'm not a skilled martial artist. But I'm not scared. You see, so let's going back to the topic again. The economics of emotional energy. So your energy. You see, and that energy gets translated into different emotions. And the more intense the energy, the more intense the emotion. But intense emotions are not necessarily good for you. Good and bad. They're not real things. Emotions are part of who you are. You have to experience emotions, and you will experience emotions in your life based on all the situations that you basically have to encounter. Death of a parent, death of a pet, loss of a friend, loss of a job, loss of a house, oppression, exploitation, aggression, bullying, lack of sympathy. And you're going to experience, there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of negative emotions, and there are positive emotions. And what I've learned is that the best way to sort of, think of your emotions as a wild horse. And I think I may have said this before. So if you've listened to me in the past, you may have heard this. It's like a wild horse. You have to train your emotions. And what I have learned is the best way for me to train my emotions is to do something I don't want to do, something I'm scared of doing. And I was scared of running. Well, I didn't think I could run. Well, and I was scared of expressing myself, really. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel comfortable. I knew I had a lot to say, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was. And now I am sure. I am sure. So, my suggestion for you to consider, and keep in mind, again, that this is not for views. I'm not trying to be popular. I don't care about fucking money. Oops. But I just want you to be happy. I really do. I want you to feel good. And I want you to know that the power to be happy is in you. It has nothing to do with the Word of God, because God doesn't use words. See, the people who say Word of God, they're manipulating you. God doesn't use words. There are no words in higher spiritual planes. It's just action. It's things happen. They manifest themselves. Nobody has the right to say they're blessed. Nobody has the authority to say they're blessed and they're privileged and they're better than other people. What fucking nonsense. Seriously. Stop producing weapons. Stop producing cars. Go home, hang out, and just walk. Walk. Use your feet. I don't know if you've noticed, but you're out of shape. I was out of shape. Bad. It made me depressed. I was feeling horrible. I kind of knew why, too. There were a lot of people that didn't want me to be who I wanted to be. They wanted me to be somebody else, something else. They wanted to, all my emotions. They wanted all my attention. They wanted this, they want that. But they didn't care about me. They just cared about the things that I could provide. So the emotional spectrum, this is something that we have to work through in life. And, sometimes when we have to meet those challenges head on, we can't shy away from them, because if we shy away from them, we're not going to be enlightened. Spiritual enlightenment is a real thing. And I don't know if you can tell, I don't think of myself as human. I actually think of myself as a warrior spirit. Laugh if you want. I don't give a fuck. Make that a rainbow warrior spirit, because I am a light. And I am an angel that has redeemed itself, because I have gone through everything that you can imagine. Everything. Every addiction that you can imagine. Every moment of doubt, of self-worth, and, and insignificance, and, whatever bad things that you can think about yourself that could practically destroy you, that could practically kill you. I've been there. I've been there. I can give you example after example after example after example after example. And I realized the only person that saved me was me. And the way it happened is what? I got up and I moved. Little by little. I couldn't do it right away. So when I started running, just, today, I finished 4 miles easily under an hour. It was like 52 minutes, 51 minutes, somewhere around there. 4 miles. Six years ago, I would have done 1 mile in about 22 minutes. Think about that. Am I older or am I younger? Obviously, chronologically, I'm older. Physically, this is what I've learned. And I've been saying this, and I don't know, maybe you've caught it. We don't age because of time. We age because of the shit that we do, the shit that we eat, the cigarettes that we smoke, the booze that we drink, the laziness, sitting around and doing nothing, just stuffing our faces with garbage, all the crap that we do. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, really, when I look at people, I see their spirit eclipsed. See, nobody has lost. There are some that are lost. They are in the dark. I'm not going to deny that, okay? But I don't think the majority are. I think everybody's redeemable. Everybody. And they don't have to be in jail or anything like that. We just have to look out for each other. But we're not doing that. We're looking out for ourselves. Do you think that is the divine message? Look out for yourself? Come on, man. Get real. You're just weak. You're lazy. You want it easy. You don't want to do the hard work. You just want to lay there and receive all the riches and all the abundance without any effort, don't you? The economics of emotional energy. Know how to manage your energy. Don't let anybody steal it. It's time for everybody to go home and stop working. We don't need to work. That's what gives them power. They overwork you and they underpay you. These are vampires of the worst kind. See, what's happened is that they thought that they could train you, manipulate you, basically fit you and have you follow this line like a robot. And so they realized something. Not all of us cooperate. Some of us resist that. We don't know what the hell's going on, but we resist. And in the battle, some of us are lost. We die. We commit suicide, because the forces are so overwhelming. We have to stay strong. We can't bullshit each other. This is not about any name. This is not about any hero. This is not about any worship. This is not about praise or praying. This is about action. This is about divine action. All weapons must drop. All cars must stop. And all voices must shut up. Because none of them speak the truth.